When I first started working for the water department almost 35 years ago, the regulations were very much different. Over the decades, environmental regulations have become a lot stronger. The water quality regulations have become a lot tougher. And we need to try to balance all of those individual needs to come up with a responsible solution. I'm Terry Tompkins, and I work for the Santa Cruz Water Department, and we're at Loch Lomond and the Loch Lomond Recreation Area. There are a number of threats that impact the water department's ability to serve its customers. We're obviously in the middle of one right now, which is a drought. And normally, we would be underwater by about 15 or 16 feet. But if you look over my shoulder, you can see all of that white exposed rock. So we're way ahead of schedule on losing our stored water. The lake can hold about 2.8 billion gallons of water. To put that in perspective, the city typically uses about 3.2 or 3.3 billion gallons. So this doesn't hold quite 1 year's worth to meet demand. 100% of the water that's in storage in Loch Lomond is from local rainfall. And just emphasizes the point that, at least in Santa Cruz, all of the water is local. There's no outside source of water that's available to any of us. Now that the water is stored in Loch Lomond, its next stop will be the Graham Hill Water Treatment Plant for further treatment to bring it up to drinking water quality standards. It's conveyed by pipeline to a large pump station in Felton, and then it's pumped between Felton and Santa Cruz for treatment and distribution to the public.
We haven't had a water outage citywide in the 100 years that this system's been in operation. From a production standpoint, there's a lot of effort that goes into making that happen. My name is Terry McKinney. I'm the production superintendent for the City of Santa Cruz Water Department, and we're here at the Graham Hill Water Treatment Plant. This treatment plant here was built in 1960. It was upgraded in 1985. And ever since then, there hasn't been any new equipment placed in this facility. So it's getting old. A lot of our pipelines, when they were installed, had a 50-year lifespan. We're well beyond that 50 years. Treatment of water is very labor intensive. This plant is manned by 1 or 2 operators 24 hours a day. And we have to basically provide water 24/7, 365 days a year. We're really dependent on what rainfall happens during the year and what rainfall is collected in the Loch Lomond Reservoir. Residents use 64% of the water. Businesses about 19%. UCSC uses about 7% of the water. Agriculture on the north coast is about 8%. Once the water is treated at the Graham Hill Water Treatment Plant, it goes to reservoirs out in the system. The largest one is the Bay Street Reservoir, which eventually will hold 12 million gallons, and then it goes off to our customers from there.
A reliable, adequate, functioning infrastructure for water supply, meaning quality, quantity, delivery, is a foundation for a viable, sustainable economy in any community, and for protecting the quality of life in that community, whatever the community decides that quality of life should be. The Water Department adopted a long-term conservation master plan about 2000 that was implemented over the last decade and a half, and it has resulted in lowering per capita demand by more than 27%. At 97 gallons per day, Santa Cruz has one of the lowest per capita consumptions in the entire state. I see the threats to our water system as kind of a perfect storm. We have aging infrastructure which needs reinvestment. We have a water supply reliability issue that needs to be addressed. We need to address fish flow releases, and we also have water quality issues that we need to address over the long haul. None of those are independently a crisis, but taken together, they're a big challenging mix of things that we need to be addressing in this community. One of the things I'm most impressed with about our community is the way that we come together to work on a problem. I'm very sure that we'll be working together with our community to address the issues of supply, of quality, of fish restoration, and of long-term sustainability for our resources and our quality of life.